hottest place that you worked?
The hottest, bottom of the steward was awful hot. Belmont was the hottest mine. No ventilation. I worked on the 3400 down there. Filipinos were running. I only worked 4 days. Come alongside, put in 3 days. They were running around. They didn't wear shirts, hotter than hell. And the vein was flat. Hard work. Everything you did, it was hard. That's so hot. They had no coolers down there. They didn't have the air, see.
Well, so those mines may have been just as hot as the other, except that the Stewart had better ventilation.
They had no ventilation down there.
Was the ventilation good in the Stewart?
Yeah, they didn't have the ventilation, see.
Well, how was the Stewart?
Huh?
How was the Stewart?
The Stewart had some hot, too, in the bottom. What is it? What they call what the hell did they call that down there? Well, they had the Chinese laundry country. That was so hot. That was up on the 28 and 30, 31, 32 up there. They call them levels up there. And the reason that was so hot, it was a lot of copper water. You were in the fault ground and copper water, and they never had it ventilated. They never had the system. They never had the air. And there was no oxygen in there, Then down below, what did they call that down there? The same country down there on the 40, on the 4,000 and that. You couldn't live in the sun. They had a hard time. That's later years to the last, You couldn't live in there. They just didn't have the air to put in. They never had a cooling system. Mountain Con had coolers.
Yeah.
And big coolers. Stewart didn't have the system. That was hot. That Chinese laundry, up on the upper level them days, at 34, 32, 30, 28, when they were working there, went through a lot of men.
Did it?
They come and go there,
How long did you work down there?
Not very long. Just long enough to know that I shouldn't be there. Get out of there.
Well, what's the deepest you ever worked?
Oh, I've been down to 5,000.
Where, at Mountain Con?
I never did work on the 5. I've been down there. When I was there, they wasn't doing anything there. But I worked on a 48 for a long time. Ain't much difference there.
Yeah.
40 way north, up and under Walker. Up and under, by the Sherman School I was. That vein, that ore that's up there. I have forgot a lot. I can't think of what they call that up there. That's where I was at, along that ridge.
But you got into it from the Mountain Con shaft.
Huh?
You'd go down the Mountain Con.
Yeah, a long ways in there.
Yeah.
Over a mile in there. But it wasn't bad. I had a cooling system. I worked in the 48 in there a long time.
So how far out south did you work underground?
Well, I worked in Tuonia, down along the highway down around there.
Well, what was the worst boss you ever had?
The worst one I ever had, Jesus, let's see, I didn't have, in my whole life, I didn't have over a half a dozen bad. One thing was, I wouldn't say there. I could always get a job. But back in the 30s, where was it? I got fired for nothing. Oh, I give this guy the credit for being the worst one I ever worked for. Dick Kern, his name was. He was assistant foreman. And he was a hard-boiled guy.